Most likely, for your business to exist in today's world, you need to have an email address. Redtail offers two types of email services. There is hosting and there is archiving. Both email services are $8 a month per mailbox. So if you have 5 team members and you want to either host or archive the messages for those 5 team members, then you're just going to multiply 5 times 8 to pay a total of $40 per month for that additional service. Now, I know you're probably thinking, what is the right email service for me? Do I want to host with Redtail or do I want to archive with Redtail? And the most popular way to host or to use our email services is through archiving. Typically, an office will call up and they will say, hello, Redtail, I still want to send and receive emails the same exact way I'm doing it now, but I just want to see my emails captured and stored in the CRM so that way I don't have to search my inbox for messages anymore. If I want to see all my messages for Bruce Wayne, I don't have to go within my Outlook box and type into the search box Bruce Wayne to go ahead and pull up those messages. Instead, what I can do is go to Bruce Wayne's record and I can quickly pull up all of those emails. Now, hosting on the other hand, and we'll get more in depth on it once I go into the actual CRM and the forms, but just to show you the opposite of what the other service would be, it would be hosting. Now, hosting is when an office calls up and they say, I want to use Redtail to send and receive my emails, and I want to see them in the CRM. So most likely, your broker-dealer requires you to use their email services, so you're not even going to be able to touch our hosting services. If you're looking to do email with Redtail, you're most likely going to be looking for the archiving side. But if your broker-dealer provides you with a little bit more freedom, then you do have the authority to pick your own email service. Then you might consider choosing Redtail hosting, because then what you would do when you want to check your email is you would hover over login over when you're on redtailtechnology.com, and then you would click Redtail email. And you would sign into Redtail email here to go ahead and access your messages or send out messages. So those are the two differences. You have hosting and you have archiving. Hosting is going to use Redtail to send and receive messages, where archiving is just gonna do exactly that. Archive and store those messages. But now that I went through the whole nitty-gritty of those two services and the differences, I'm a visual person, so I'm definitely going to jump into the CRM and show you exactly what I mean with what I'm talking about. So if I go into the CRM here, I'm going to go ahead and choose on a contact that I recently viewed. So I'm going to click on the recently viewed icon in the top right-hand corner. And now I'm going to go down to Bruce Wayne. And on the left-hand side of the contact record, you're going to notice a section here that says Email History. And if you do sign up for either one of our email services, whether that be hosting or whether that be archiving, then when you click on Email History here, you're going to see all the to, from, BCC, CCC, correspondence, all right here inside of the CRM. So the whole point is if you want to see your messages from Bruce And not only just your messages, but your messages from the entire office, because maybe someone shot him a message just last night. And if you want to see all of the message correspondence from your whole entire team, and you don't want to have to search your inbox to just see yours and then ask someone else to search theirs and to see theirs, then what you're going to want to do is click on email history here, and you're going to see all of that to, from, BCC and CCC correspondence. So if I actually click on the email here, you're going to actually be able to see the message. If there was an attachment included, it'll also include the attachment. So you can see there's an attachment in this message up here. You could make sure that your signature, your confidentiality, and disclosure statement is all included. But the way that these messages get saved here within email history is by saving Bruce Wayne's email address that we're messaging with here inside of the contact card. So you'll notice we have two email addresses. We have richguy@gmail.com and we have bruce@waynetech.com saved here. So if we send or receive any messages from these two email addresses, then it's going to automatically archive and store those messages here within the email history. So some really cool stuff there. And you'll notice the second one here does say old email. Now this is best practice because I just said that an email address has to be saved here in order for the messages to be archived and stored. So if we have messages that we've messaged with Bruce with to this email address, and then we delete this email address because he has this other new one, then all of those messages that we were communicating with him with before he got that new email address will be removed from the email history. They won't be removed from the archive side in general. They'll always be there for you to refer to or to bring up for compliance purposes. But if you remove the address from the contact card, it'll remove the messages from the contact record. So just remember that. That's why for best practice, we just go ahead and click edit within that specific field, and we'll just change that title to say old email, so the whole entire office knows this is an old email address. However, any messages that we shared with this email address will still be archived and stored. Now, going back here to the contact card of Bruce Wayne, I know another question that often comes up is, will every single message that I get from a person be archived and stored? And the answer is no, because let's say that I sign up for Twitter emails, and every day I get emails from Twitter at twitter.com. Well, the CRM is never going to archive and store those emails until I go in and I add an email address that says twitter@twitter.com, and then I save it onto a record. Only then will those messages that I get from Twitter be archived and stored in the CRM. Like I said before, they will always be archived and stored on the back end for you to refer to for compliance purposes. But for that extra supplement that people like for the service of seeing the emails within the email history section, you won't see emails from Twitter in your email history until you save Twitter's email address. So I know that that's a really, really common question. And on the same angle of that, let's say that you're communicating with Bruce Wayne's attorney and you want all of his attorney's emails to be archived and stored within email history too. Then same exact thing. You're going to want to save Bruce Wayne's attorney's email address here and just say, Bruce Wayne's attorney's email, and save it here in order for you to enjoy his or hers emails to be archived and stored here. So a lot of information there with archiving, but it's definitely the most popular option because offices are going to say, I still want to use Outlook, or I still want to use Smarsh or Global Relay, or whatever my broker dealer is providing to send and receive messages, but I just want to see those messages in the CRM. So that would be archiving, and that would be $8 a month per mailbox. Now, I do want to mention that if you are with LPL, the service initiation is going to be a little different than what I'm going to explain right now. So if you are with LPL and you are wanting our archiving services, give us a call at 800-206-5030, and that's option 3 for support, and we can help. Otherwise, for everyone else that's listening, if you are interested in using our email archiving services, then you can find everything that you need to sign up through our help desk. So if you are on our help desk, there's going to be an article titled, How Can I Set Up Email Archiving with Redtail if I can't have you host my email domain? And the way that I got here is first, to get to the help desk, I like to click on the question mark in the top right hand corner of your CRM to go ahead and choose Redtail Help Desk. And within Redtail Help Desk, you're going to have a tile here in the middle that says Redtail Email. And there is going to be an area here for setup, email setup. And like I said, if we click see all, you're going to look for that article of how can I set up email archiving with Redtail if I can't have you host my email domain. So this is the exact article you would be looking for, and it'll go step by step of exactly the procedure you want to go through. But definitely feel free to call our team at any time if you find any confusion on setup, and we're more than happy to help. But all the way at the bottom here, you're going to find a Redtail email archive setup form. And this is your form. This is how you get that service added on to Redtail. You don't need to call us to add it on to billing or sales. You just need to go ahead and download this form. And I'll go ahead and share this form right now. All right, if you download this form, this is exactly what it's going to look like. And you'll notice, at least I noticed, the first thing that I see is this link in red. It says click here to upload completed email setup form. So your first step is to download this form. Your second step is to go ahead and populate and fill out this form. And then your third and final step is to go ahead and click here to upload the form. So we're going to have a very secure link for you to go ahead and upload the form to, and then we'll go ahead and receive this form and get those email archive services added on. Now we will kind of go through step by step some of the questions toward the end of today's discussion. But the next thing that I want to talk about is email hosting. Now remember, email hosting is for those offices that have a little bit more freedom with their broker-dealer, or maybe they're an independent and they're able to choose their own email service to send and receive emails. So please, please, please check with your broker-dealer before signing up for hosting services, because a lot of broker-dealers will halt you before you even try. But definitely, if you do have that freedom, this might be something that you would be interested in, because it's super competitively priced. Because when you sign up for Redtail hosting, you're not paying two prices. You're not paying someone to host your emails and then Redtail to, let's say, to archive them, to see them in the CRM. Instead, you're paying one price, and that one price is still the same as hosting. It's still $8 a month per mailbox. So you're paying that one price to still experience the same thing that hosting or that archiving gets by seeing those emails archived and stored in CRM. But then you're also going to get the additional service of email, which is going to use Redtail to send and receive your emails. So you're not using Outlook, you're not using Yahoo, you're not using Gmail, you're logging into redtailtechnology.com. You're hovering over login to select Redtail email, and I'll do this with you. You're going to redtailtechnology.com, hovering over login to select Redtail email, so then it'll log you in to go ahead and send out a message from Redtail's email hosted services. So that's going to be the big major difference. You can also do the same exact thing, that if you save Bruce Wayne's emails that you're communicating with in the contact card, then it'll automatically archive and store all of those emails here within the email history. So you're still getting what archiving gets, but you're also getting that service of sending and receiving emails through Redtail hosted services. So I hope that's clear. The next thing that I like to mention as well with hosting is you can pull it up right through the CRM. If you click on this icon here for integrations, if you have your Redtail webmail integration turned on, then you're going to see Redtail webmail here in your list, and you can choose launch webmail, and it'll go ahead and open up your inbox as well. So definitely know that you can access those messages from within a contact record. You can also access those messages by just opening up your webmail. Also, if you go to reports on the left-hand side, you do have an email report that you can run, and this is included for whether you use email archiving or you use email hosting. But let's say we go ahead and apply a 7-year filter here. You can go ahead and run reports and pull up messages very quickly here through the reporting side of Redtail as well. So a lot of information there, but same exact thing here. If you are like wanting to sign up for hosting right now, you do not need to call our team and, like I said, connect to sales or connect to billing and ask them to add it on. Instead, what you need to do is go to our help desk, and the article that you're looking for, if you want Redtail hosting, is this article here that says Redtail email setup process. And same thing, how I got here is I went to the Redtail help desk. I went to the tile here that says Redtail email. Underneath email setup, we're going to go down to the bottom and we're going to look for email, Redtail email setup process. And same thing here, it's going to go head to toe over that setup process, but definitely give us a call if you're in the moment and you're confused at any second for this form or the question or what it's asking. Definitely call our team and we're more than happy to walk you through that form together. But you're going to go ahead and choose Redtail email hosting setup form. And if you download that, we're going to go ahead and open it here. And it looks kind of similar to the previous form, but you'll notice this one does say it's for hosting. So we do have this one that we would want to go ahead and set up. And same exact process here. You're going to want to click here once the form is completed. So your first step is to download the form. Second step is to complete the form. And your third step is to click on this link so you can upload that form and we can get that email set up going. So if you do pull up this form, make sure you fill it out completely and then just click on this link here and we'll go ahead and receive that form from you to go ahead and set it up. Now, most of this is going to be something that you want to, like I said, connect with our support team and walk through that together. But essentially, when you see Redtail account holder, that's where you're going to want to put your credentials. You're going to want to make sure you have the same credentials that are matched up when you signed up for Redtail, and you're going to want to put those there. So put your first and last name along with your username. Next, you'll put the contact email, the broker dealer, but most confusion comes here when it says domain name. A domain is a website. So whether that's a .com, .gov, .edu, those are domains that you own. So the own domain will be part of your email structure and will sit at the end of your @ symbol. So if you've ever wondered, how does Redtail staff get @redtailtechnology.com as their email address? Well, the way that we do that is we own a domain, which is a website that says redtailtechnology.com. So then we can just go here and add first names to the beginning of that domain, and there's our email address structure. So you're going to want to make sure you own a domain, so then you can go ahead and put that domain here. The next one says journaling address. Some offices prefer an extra tunnel of email protection that can be purchased from a third-party partner like Smarsh, and that can be applied to your archives or your hosting. So you can go ahead and choose to add that encryption service relay here, or if you wanted to journal all of your emails that we're hosting to your broker dealer or to your compliance team, you can put that address here and we'll go ahead and message all of your messages, forward them over there as well. Next, we have all of the email accounts to be hosted. So remember, if you're a team of 5 and you want, Tabitha to have her own email address, and you want Terry to have their own email address, and you want Tom and all your other teammates, you're just going to put them all here and then put your domain name, remember, here at the end. And then you're going to want to put any aliases. Alias, what that is let's say that you have clients that call you by a nickname. Like in this example, we have a user in our office. We have someone in our team. Their name is Tucker. But half of the clients know Tucker by Tuck. So we find a lot of the times we find that our clients are emailing Tuck at redtailtechnology.com. So if that's happening, what I can do is I can put Tucker here because that's his real name and that's what he should be getting emails to. But since we have people that are emailing Tuck, then we can go ahead and put that here as an alias, and any emails that say Tuck at redtailtechnology.com will also go to that Tucker inbox as well. And then you can go ahead and set up a temporary password. Make sure that you follow these requirements. And then you could go ahead and put the user's name here. Now, everything else below, like you'll notice there is a section here that says distribution list. And sometimes users reply back to a general office mailbox like retire at or sales at. And these emails can be archived for free. They're called distribution lists, and you can put them here and we'll get those taken care of for you. Otherwise, the email admin viewing permission, email history includes all email correspondence between you. But if you'd also like to see all of your correspondence between your other team members in the office, then you can assign email admin viewing permissions to see emails from the entire team. So personally, I would want to choose this just because if my colleague sent a message to one of my clients, I would want to see that as well, just so I can provide that high level of customer service of knowing the last touch with our brand. But if you would like to keep that private, then go ahead and make sure that you select specific users. But otherwise, you're going to want to make sure that you follow this electronic signature procedure. And like I said, save this document, upload it to this link, and then you are all set up. We will be in touch with you as we progress on that request. And we're not reinventing the wheel with email here at all. This is what email will look like when you sign in if you use Redtail hosting and you do have your address book and calendar and out of office messages and all of that you can still do as well. But otherwise, those are our 2 email services, and email is 1 out of 4 total services that Redtail offers. If you are interested in either Redtail email hosting or Redtail email archiving, definitely either check out those resources online or call our support team at 800-206-5030, and that's option 3 for support, and we're more than happy to help. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for your time today and have a great rest of the day. Take care.